Hello, my name is Danny.
And my name is Alex. We are talking about the Sphinx.
Most of you would know the Sphinx is an ancient historical ruin in Egypt. This year our maths class has been studying the Sphinx as a mathematical shape. We'd like to show you some of the patterns we've made.
This is a pattern of diamonds.
And this is a bird's eye view of a clover.
And this is a turtle.
And this is the bull. And this is a little man with a hat on.
These are the patterns made by people in our class. Well, Mrs. Mack was kind of like talking.
Two of those sphinxes together like this, you make a parallelogram. So our tessellated sphinxes, we have the single sphinx or the one squared sphinx, the two squared, the three squared, and the four squared, and the five squared.
We found that working with multiples of 2 in the squared section was easier than working with numbers that weren't. In other words, we find these numbers easier to work with than these numbers. I'm going to show you how to make a 2 squared, simple but obvious, into a 3 squared. Okay, first of all you get the point of the 2 squared, bring it down, and it's just going to sit nicely in there. It's not going to move anywhere, okay? Now we're going to get a parallelogram and slide in between it. So we're getting to the size that it's going to be, but we're not quite there yet. Then we get another one and we slide it in here to make sort of a line thing, but not quite. Then we're going to get another one and we're going to slide it in here. It doesn't look like the point yet, but it's getting there. Then we're going to slide this last one in there, and it makes your 3 squared, and it's in proportion, so it's good. This is a 6 squared sphinx, and if you can see it, this is actually one of those 3 squared sphinxes that I just made for you. But hang on a second, there's 4 3 squares. How is this possible? Ding! I've just realised that because 4 is a multiple of 36, I can make a 6 squared sphinx out of 2 squared sphinxes. But hang on a second, that's almost impossible because 36 is a multiple of 3 as well. No, it's not, because 36 is also a multiple of 9. So if I make 9 little sphinxes out of which are 4 squared or whatever, 2 squared, that's what it is, then I can make a sphinx with 36 in it, and it will fit. The next morning I rocked into class. Mrs. Mack, I bet you I can make a sphinx with 36 pieces in it out of either 9 2 squares or 4 3 squares.
Show me, Lydia, because I can't even make the 3 squared one.
Okay. On the table we had the base number, which is the number of sphinxes squared to make the large sphinxes, the total amount of sphinxes, which is how many there is in it, the perimeter and the area. I will now introduce you to Dr. Value.
I'm Dr. Value. This is how you get the area of a sphinx. Some people did it like this, put it into a triangle and a trapezium. Some people did it like this, put it into 3 triangles. And the others did it like this, put it into a triangle and a quadrilateral.
To get the area of any sphinx, what you have to do is work out the area of a single sphinx, and then times that by the number of sphinxes in the larger sphinx. N equals the total number of sphinxes in the larger sphinx. Perimeter, oh no.
I'm back. Now we're going to talk about the perimeter. First we got one sphinx, we branched around it with a ruler. We did the same with the second squared sphinx, the third squared sphinx, the fourth squared sphinx, but when we got to the 5th and the 6th size sphinx, there was too many numbers and we all disagreed.
As you can see, our plywood sphinxes don't quite match. This wasn't a problem when we were dealing with 2, 3 and 4 squared. When we got our numbers greater, the problem became greater.
But I, Dr. Value, figured out a solution for that problem times the base number by 42. It works perfectly.
As you can see, the perimeter of the 7 squared we could not realise. Once we'd figure out that the base number times 42 was the answer to all of these, we then realised that 294 would... Since we couldn't solve the puzzle to the 7 by 7, the boys then told us that if we could work out the perimeter of the 7 by 7, they would be able to fit the puzzle, which meant we worked backwards.
No matter how big the Sphinx gets, the angles always stay the same. Good, I'm out of here.
The algebraic expression we made to understand the formula is P equals B times 42, where perimeter P equals perimeter and B equals base number. We can further generalise this statement into P equals B times S, where S is a single sphinx's perimeter regardless of size, and P and B are the same as before.
We have proven our generalised theory by making smaller sphinxes and larger sphinxes and then turning them into other sphinxes and using the expression to make it work.
We couldn't do the 7 squared Sphinx, so we did it backwards instead. Me and Jonathan drew up the perimeter while Matthew, Daniel, Lydia, Natasha, Podgy and Danielle put it all together.
I'm Jonathan. In the last couple of weeks that I've been here, from people doing the film, I figured out how to make a sphinx. Although I had to make a smaller sphinx because there weren't enough bigger ones because people were doing 7 by 7. I made 4 and 4 smaller sphinxes making 2 squared sphinx. And the way I made 4 squared sphinx is I made 4 of the 2 squared sphinxes and put them together as the same as I did for the 2 squared sphinx. And then I made 4 of the 4 squared sphinxes and put them together so that they could make an 8 squared sphinx. Just the same way as I put them together, the 4 squared sphinx together with the 2 squared sphinx. As I told you before, to make an 8 squared sphinx, I made 4 of the 8 squared sphinxes and put them together the same way as I did 2 squared sphinx to make a 16 squared sphinx. And as from going from the 16 squared sphinx, and with my calculations, you can keep on going with making a 32 squared sphinx with 1,024 smaller sphinxes and a 64 squared sphinx with 4,992 little sphinxes, the same way as I've done all this. And then go on to a further 128 squared sphinx with 12,300.
On behalf of the grade 8 students at Cressy District High School, I hope you have enjoyed the adventure of the Sphinx. If you look at this in terms of an iceberg, we've only discovered this much of it. We'll leave the rest up to you.